Hi, in this video we will take a look at how to use our quick starter project for Tailwind-based WordPress block theme. First of all, copy the starter theme into a folder and then open it as project in Pinegrow. And the first thing we want to do is set the theme settings so that we give it correct name. So let's call it Blue Lakes in this example. And also we have to select the export folder, and that is usually a folder within our local WordPress site that we will use for development. Or in case you are using the project in WordPress plugin, then you just have to give it a name. There is no need to select the export folder. Okay, select, and we will say yes and create the folder. And then here the site editor is already enabled, as well as generate theme JSON with our colors and fonts. The block type is set to hybrid, so the blocks will be fully editable in the front end, but we will avoid all the issues with recreating broken blocks, because whenever we change a block, it will automatically update throughout the site. And then here we have block editor style sheets. One is the Tailwind special version for the editor, and also additional editor styles that contain styling that we cannot implement through Tailwind. And we'll take a look at that later. And then we also define default block category for the blocks, for all custom blocks in this project. And let's save settings. And then if you are going to use the AI assistant, it is recommended to create project brief. And we have a helper for that. Just click here and it will run, asking a couple of questions. So let's say, I said Blue Lakes, and then some questions about the design. This will help us, this will help AI Assistant to create more relevant designs for us. Okay, use this brief. So we did that. So we checked out already 2 items on the to-do list. And then if we take a look at the structure of the project, we just have index.html, and all our blocks will be defined here, but not templates. We will use a site editor in WordPress to define templates for like the front page, for pages, for single posts, and so on. And then if we scroll down, actually switch into the tree, we are already in the tree panel. Each block, each section will implement a block. For example, a navigation block, a footer block, a hero section, and then things like blocks for call to action, and also blocks that will display lists of posts, and also blocks that will display single posts. And when it comes to Tailwind and styling, we are using Tailwind Pro's plugin, Typography plugin, to define CSS rules for like typography elements, for headings, for paragraphs, for lists, so that our content is nicely styled. And with this, we also have to take care of bringing the prose style into the block editor. And this is already done in this starter project. So we actually have a longer tutorial where all of this is built, so you can watch that to learn details about how and why. So here we'll mainly focus on how to use this quick start template. So I think to make it more interesting, we can just get started with creating blocks. So let's select the header, and let's here use transform and just say create a beautiful hero. And new task. And here we have lake and some text and a button. So yeah, let's just say because I like that the button is visible. Okay, red was nicer, so let's swap colors. These are all nice Tailwind. And we can use primary color that is defined in the design panel. So like this is the default design, but that's very easy to change. So anyway, we won't go into much details here about how to create a block. So now let's just go and add a block action to this header, and we will use auto create to let AI assistant create the block for us. And the ID is hero banner. Maybe let's just use hero. And if we go into the tree panel, here we can see that the background image is editable. The overlay of the image doesn't have to be editable, so we can remove this block attribute action. And then we actually want to keep the title and the subtitle and the button, both the link and the content, editable. So let's also do a navigation. And we can use here, we have a command that says transform redesigned element to harmonize with surrounding. So because this is a now element, I guess the AI assistant will figure out that actually we want to have navigation here. Okay, here it is. And again, let's go to block and create a block out of this. Let's check the sub item. So this is site name with site link, and then this is navigation menu that shows the primary menu. And we have like nav active, the first is active item, and we can check the styling for that in the style manager. So of course we can change it. White. Let's go with yellow at the moment, and then hover a bit darker. So in this way, because Pinegrow figures out that the active class is used to denote which item is selected, and then that will help us. That gets automatically applied to the kind of selected menu item. And let's create just one more block. Actually, maybe we need two. So let's say for this one, we'll create like a list. Recent blog posts section with cards displaying blog posts. Of course, we could do everything by hand. Pinegrow really has very powerful tools for editing HTML, for Tailwind styling, for CSS styling. But you know why this is so much quicker. So we have to use the capabilities that are available now. And let's just check something. So you see the instructions mention that like the body element has prose class, and that's a special Tailwind class that defines like beautiful typography for headings, for paragraph, and so on. But then here, in these sections, we actually don't want to use prose because it's not content, right? So there we have to go and say disable prose. So here it has no effect, but like here you see the heading automatically has a lot of paddings, and we probably don't need. So let's disable prose here. So this will be our like recent blog post section, and let's add block, automatically created. And take a look at what happened. So we have section title, and then we are actually using the show posts, but we don't want to have a special loop where we handpick the posts. We just want to use the main loop and show the posts from the main loop. And then the featured image, title, excerpt, post date, post link, everything is okay. So now the next section will actually be the section displaying the single post. So let's delete these two items and go here. The single post, including all its content. So here's the title and the image. And instead of using in the content, let's just go here into the three panels. So here we have like the content is, here it is, and we are using prose, but prose is already defined like on the top, or on the whole body. So here what we will do is remove all Tailwind classes. And then here we have not prose, but actually for For the other sections, that's true, we want to keep not prose action there, but here for this block that displays the content that needs to be nicely formatted, we don't want to disable the prose, because once the block disables the prose, like the child element cannot re-enable it. So we will remove this, not prose, and now you see here we have our content is nicely formatted. But what we will do, because in this header of the article, we actually want to keep the precise control all over how it is formatted. So for the header, we will go and add not prose, because we don't want the prose styles to invade our header section, but we do want them here in the main content of the post. And now we can go to the WordPress actions, add the block action, auto create. And let's inspect what happens. So we have loop main, that's correct. Post title, it's correct. Post date by Sarah, okay, that's author, display of the author, display of the featured image, and this is all post content. And then down here we have post tags and categories, and we will use the first child, so that's it, that one, as the template for displaying the post tags. And let's also transform the first one into a link, so that the tags will be linked to tag categories. And we see this should not really be a footer. Let's change it into div. So to have the complete project, let's also implement the footer element. Then we really have all major pieces in place. Okay, it's done. We have some like headers as the menu. So let's also here, let's go to block and say auto create. And inspect so these are editable fields, this is the menu, contact us, these are again editable fields, and this is the form that submits the newsletter submission. And then here we have copyright, so all of that works fine. So let's just switch the color from blue to primary. Also here on the footer. Okay, even though it's not maybe perfect for us, but once we have primary color, then it will be very easy to change it in design panel, and everything will change. Okay, so now we are ready. We created the block, so now let's go and export the theme. And let's also update theme screenshot and do export the theme once again. And then let's jump into our WordPress dashboard where we can activate this project. And if we visit the site, the template is empty, so nothing is shown. So we can go into edit site, and then here we have index template, and then we can add, like here are all our blocks, so we can add the hero block, footer, the header, we can add the hero, and then this will be like the front page. So let's add blog posts and the footer. So some colors appear to be missing. Usually it's just a question of the export. So I ran export again, and if we reload, well, that didn't help. So let's see. Oh, actually the problem is that the block action is not added on the footer, but on this inside div. So what we have to do is, let's just copy this action, delete it from here, select the footer, and then just use Command V to paste the action. And now let's save and export and go back into WordPress, just reload, and here we have. So now if we view the site, we have all the blocks posts are shown, and then if we select a blog post, it's still shown with the same template. So let's jump back into Edit Site, into Templates, and here let's add new template, which will be template for single posts, and we will add the header, and then single post and the footer. Let's save it, and if we go here, I actually go and view the site, and now open the single post. It is using our single post template. Here we have a problem with this WordPress admin bar overlapping our navigation, and we also have a solution for that already kind of prepared. If you jump into the Style Manager, and let's also select the navigation, and let's see how it is implemented. So it is fixed at the top, and then actually here we have for navigation we have style that is only active when WordPress admin bar is shown, and then here we are pushing down the navbar for for exact height of the admin bar, and we're using a CSS variable that's defined by WordPress. But this doesn't take effect, it seems, because the inline style is stronger, like specificity is stronger. So what we can do is click here and say important, and let's select and export, reload, and now it's perfect. And this will only happen when the admin style bar is shown. And we can also customize the menus. So we have menus. We do have some locations like primary menu. Let's set main navigation. Or do we have something else? Short, okay. And then in the header, we also have the actually have to check. So let's jump here to see which menu is defined here. Location footer. We need to register the location. Let's export, save and export. It's always good to save and export. And we have to reload this, I guess, to get the all locations. And now we can select a menu for the footer menus. And here it is. Let's publish and close. And because our name of the theme is called Blue Lake, so I think it would be much better to have something more lake related. So here we can say like lake when we are searching for the kind of image that's the basis of our design. So like this one, and then we also got the colors from here. Of course, we can customize everything by hand, but often this gives quite good results. So now these blue lakes is actually suitable to the name, the colors and name match. And we can log the colors and we can log the image and then just do some more experiments with fonts. One more. Let's say that this looks okay. It's not really the purpose of this tutorial. And again, if we save and export, just reload and everything is updated. So it's really easy to use the design panel to change the complete styling of our project. And because we exported theme JSON, we also have colors. So where's the style? So we actually have colors from our template. So here are like the primary colors, and we can use them also to color the content. Although I prefer to avoid this, just define all the styling in our Pinegrow project, and then everything is nicely tucked in one place. Let me show you just one more thing. It's a feature called live data. So we can go in WordPress, theme settings, and here we have preview and API access. And then let's copy the site URL. The username admin. And then we have to create application password. So we will go into users. And we will create a new application password. Test, it works. Save, and now we can actually preview the page on, for example, WordPress home. And then all the WordPress stylings are also included in Pinegrow, and we can import live data. So then we actually get like all the menus, the site information, the actual blog posts. We get them into our project while we are editing it in Pinegrow. And now for the post list, this is okay for the list, but here now if we go into our single, let me collapse. If I option click, everything gets collapsed. So here single post, because it's displaying the main loop, and then in the preview there are like 10 posts, so this really become very big. But we actually have a helper. If we go on loop action on show posts, here we have preview posts, and we can select which post we want to preview. So maybe blog button. And then we have to import live data. So now here we have the selected post is now shown here in Pinegrow. And that is very useful when we are editing and creating styles. For example, here we can select the content area, and then we ask the AI assistant to work with class styles, component styles, And let's say create styles for different button classes, just buttons on the page. And let's say use primary color. And now if we go into Style Manager, we have all the various styles were automatically created for all these buttons. So that's really a great time saver. And I think with that we actually came to the end of this quick overview of how to use the starter template. Oh yeah, one more thing. We have one more file which we didn't mention, and that's additional editor styles that also gets included into the editor. And all it has is definition of body. Because as we explained in the tutorial, like for the rest of the styles, we can get them from Style Manager into the WordPress block editor, but there is a kind of limitation when it comes to body. So that's why we are using a simple solution, just having a separate CSS file that contains just styling that is specific to body element while it is displayed in the WordPress block editor. And in this case, we are just adding a bit of padding on both sides. So yeah, let me check the instructions. Oh, actually, they're no longer there. Oh yeah, they are here, but they're hidden because they have the not export. Oops, not. If I show them. So just to see if we covered everything. Active, yeah. We did. We also have example like how to style elements while they are displayed in the block editor. So like here we have so like pre-formatted, and then we can use when we select the variant, we have here a couple of WordPress variants, has admin bar and VP in block editor, and then we can style the pre-formatted elements, or any elements for that matter, that's just the CSS selector, only when they are displayed inside the block editor in WordPress. So that's the way how to do it. And this is a really nice approach to getting Tailwind work with WordPress. So yeah, please enjoy this template and take a look at the longer tutorial that we have that goes really more in depth into why and how all these details are implemented. So have fun and bye-bye.